Hi everyone, and welcome to Call Sign Charlie Models. Andre here, and this is part one of the Patriot system build using the Trumpeter 1/35 scale MPQ-53 C-band tracking radar and the Dragon Patriot launching system. So first, off camera, I got done with the stabilizing arms right here. Arms are really nice. This is one of the arms. Nice little photo etch in there for grading. Some handles. I'm going to have to trim up some of the nubs. Wanted to wait till those were glued on and solid before I did the trimming on that, so I didn't risk breaking it, but those are really nice. It was let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 parts per arm for this. So, and it's just a repeat. Arms are movable, so I'm leaving them like that until I get them on and get them on the base, so I can make sure that they are solid on the base. So, done with that part, and moving on now, we're going to be doing starting with the trailer on here. So first we need to make a few holes in this piece right here, and then we'll be sandwiching everything together on this, and then a few other parts. So I still have to get off the sprues to start off. So I'm going to get all this done, and I'll be back when this full trailer is put together and ready to move on to the next step, which in that step we will be connecting the control arm or stabilizing arms, and that will be it for this video. And then after that we'll start part 2. We'll be adding the details to the trailer and suspension. So I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, we're back. So got the trailer attached and the stabilizing arms attached, which that was, I don't want to say a nightmare, but not fun, because the instructions on them are pretty vague. They just say there and there. They don't have connection points molded onto it, so you kind of have to guesstimate and figure it out, and finally after a little bit it clicks in. So that took a lot longer than expected to get that figured out. So those are on. Underside, there's not much to it, but I mean, you're not going to see the underside unless you pick it up, and it's going to be anchored to a base, so you're not going to see the underside. But up next we got the walkway grading, so that will be going up here, and then the wheel wells that go in the back, so back in here, and then a couple boxes. So, and then after that we got more wheel wells and boxes and such, and suspension to go into it. But I said earlier that we're going to do this as part 1 and then move on. I think we're going to do all of the build for the C-band radar as part 1, and then part 2 will be the build portion of the trailer for the Patriot system. Part 3 will be the build for the tractor for the Patriot system. And then part 4 we'll start working into painting, part 5 weather, and so forth. So, because otherwise if I did it like this would be 100 parts for the playlist. So I'm not going to do that to you guys. So I'll be back in a little bit. We're going to be working on like I said, the walkways for up here and the mud flaps. So we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, and I'm back. We got the bottom side of the C-band radar trailer done so far. We still have some more parts like the axles to get done, but we got the walkway grading done. The arms are on, and the wheel wells are done, or fenders. Wheel fenders are done. The box that was added here, and then some tie down points, and the front lifting plates or jacks are installed as well, and some more boxes that go up here as well. My finger right there. Alright, so up next we're going to start working on the suspension and wheels, axles, get all that done, and then get that attached, more boxes, and then we start working on the top side. Just have two pieces to do on the top side, which is the ladder, and we have to add each ladder rung separately, and getting that all squared up is going to be a absolute blast. I hope you can sense my sarcasm in that. So, and then after that we're going to start working on the electronics box. So the big part that sits up top where the operators sit in, all the doors are closed on this, so there is no interior, so that's going to be pretty cut and dry. More with the latches and handles on the box. Still more latches and handles. And then we start with the actual radar pod, and then that will be the end of the part one for this. So I'm going to go ahead and get the suspension done on here off camera and get it attached, and then once I start working on the top side and the electronics box, we'll be back. So see you in a second. Alright, we're back. So got the trailer part done. All the suspension, top, bottom is all done. The only thing we have left to do on this part of the build is the electronics box, or the radar box for it. So got the suspension done. It was pretty easy to do, not too difficult, not a ton of part calls in it. So got that done. Everything's done with that. And then the top side, same thing, pretty basic. The ladder, oh, I hated that ladder. It's the individual rungs were not only individual, but they were photo etched, which made it even worse. And it said to bend the ladders, but it didn't tell you how. And there are no bend lines etched into the photo etch like Edward photo etch, where you can tell where to bend it. So I just let it be. They fit. So some of them are kind of, I need to re-glue that one because it popped off, but that's an easy fix. So up next we're going to be starting to work on the radar box. So all of this. Now the instructions said to put this on first, but I went ahead and attached it to the trailer because I figured it would be a lot easier to deal with that and put that on right now, and then click in the box at the very end. It's still going to be able to turn, but to be handling the whole box and trying to find 4 little connection points was going to be a pain in the butt. So I went ahead and I skipped and put this on first. And it's also going to make painting it a lot easier. So that's going to be set aside until paint, and then I'm going to start working on the radar box, and then we'll go from there. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we're back. The Patriot system, radar system, the C-band is all done with the build portion. So this will be the end of part 1. Got done with the trailer a little bit ago. Again, the Trumpeter kit goes together really well. No fit issues whatsoever. So this is the radar command center or electronics box right here. Pretty simple. You just, and then it snaps on right there like so. The C-band radar, 2 pieces. I left out the photo etch bolts that they had to put on it. I'm not going to waste my time with that. So there's the back. Then it clips in like so. get that lined up, and just like that, and then it will actually fall in. I'm not going to clip it in, but it will fall in just like that. So get a little side profile of it. Probably have it off like that. Then the only other parts that are left to paint are the wheel hubs. So basic detail on the inside of those, no detail on the outside because they slip into the hubs. And then the rubber tires, which after I'm done painting the wheels, I'll slip those over. So that concludes part 1 of the MPQ-53 C-band radar for the Patriot system. Up next, we'll be starting to work on the Dragon MIM 104B Patriot system with the M983 Hemet tractor truck. I'll probably start off with the Patriot system trailer first to get both trailers done, and then so that will be part 2, and part 3 will be working on the actual tractor, the tractor to the system. So then after that we'll start with the painting and all that. So the next part does have a lot of photo etch with the aftermarket photo etch set, so that might take a little bit to get done. And then after that we'll be rolling right into paint. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay frosty, my friends.